Hello guys, my name is BloodCollar1, here to bring you guys our team builder for PTL Season 1, Week 1. I didn't originally draft this team, I took over for a coach, but it's still Week 1. So I'm gonna talk about my team real quick and then go into the team builder. I took over from a team, apparently they dropped out before halfway through for week 1, so they asked me to take over. I could not change anything about the team prior to week 1, so I had to play with the original team. After week 1 I could make three free agency transactions, so that's what I went ahead and did. I'll talk about those in a bit. So the team that I originally got consisted of Hoop Unbound, Mega Kangaskhan, Porygon 2, Primarina, Kingdra, Tentacruel, Delphox, Ditto, Gourgeist, and Swallow, I think. So that's 11 months, if I'm not mistaken. Might have forgotten something, but pretty sure that's it. Not a team I really like. I'm not a big Mega Kangaskhan fan. After week 1, I made these transactions before I did my week 1 battle. I dropped Kingdra, Tentacruel, Delphox, and Mega Kangaskhan, and I picked up Megazard X, so Mega Charizard X, Thunderous Incarnate Form, and Nidoking. For the people who are paying attention, this will have heard that I dropped 4 months and picked up 3. This is possible because it's a point-based system, and you had to have between 10 and 12 months, and I have 11, or I had 11 originally, now I only have 10, but since I could only pick up 3 months, that's the way I did it. So a little less versatility, but more strength, so you can choose a little bit there. So I might make some transactions later on, but for now that's how the team looks. Also with these transactions, I decided, I was like, I don't really like Mega Kang, the double waters or the triple waters of Tentacruel, Kingdra, and Primarina is not necessary. So I'm just gonna build, because actually the week 1 matchup is so rough, it's ridiculous how good my opponent's team is actually. So I'll talk about that in a minute. It's on screen, but I'll talk about it in a minute. His team is so good, one of the best drafts in the league. And I was like, Mega Kang doesn't have the bad matchup. Kingdra without rain is not great. Tentacruel has its merits, but it's not great. With especially with the Garchomp and the Jirachi being there. So actually, what it ended up coming down to is the 6 months I'm bringing this week, I have next week as well. Maybe the rest of the season, we'll see. But that's pretty good, because I can have some experience with the team, even though I honestly, full disclaimer, I expect to lose this match. Just because the matchup is pretty rough, and I don't really like the team. So I'm gonna try and win. If I win, great. If I don't, it is what it is. There's 15 weeks, so more than enough time. Another little bit of information. The PTL consists of 3 divisions, of 16 coaches. You have the first division with the former champion of NSTL, the league it was last season. And then Division 2 and Division 3. Out of Division 2 and 3, 2 coaches each make playoffs, and then 4 out of Division 1. I myself am in Division 2. That's basically the background of it. Let's get into the team building, shall we? So his team consists of Garchomp, Mega Diancie, Jirachi, Suicune, Roserade, Mandibuzz, Silvally, you can run any form, Excelgor, Pyroar, Medicham, and Quagsire. So, big threats on this team, obviously the Garchomp and is Fairy Dragon Steel Core actually. So the Garchomp, the Mega Diancie, and Jirachi. Honestly, I have no idea how this guy got these 3 months. Oh, by the way, I have not talked about this, so sorry for that about that. We're taking on the Miami Malamarlins and Coach Tone. So yeah, his channel link will be in the description below. So yeah, back to his team. He has decent hazard removal, but not too good of hazard removal, just because his team doesn't need too much hazard removal unless he brings like the Pyro and the Excelgor. But the Mandibuzz is a great defogger, of course. The Silvally is the defogger, so I'm not bringing hazards because I don't think I need them. So yeah, that's pretty much his team. I expect actually the first 6 of his team coming, so the Garchomp, the Diancie, the Jirachi, Suicune, Roserade, and the Mandibuzz. Those 6 I expect. He might bring something like the Quagsire if he's afraid of a setup Hoopa or something, but yeah. So let's get into our team, shall we? First off, we're bringing Hoopa Unbound. Never used this mon in draft format, so pretty interested to see that it was on my team. So really excited to use it, actually. I've seen a lot of people use this thing quite effectively. So we're bringing, for those who haven't noticed yet, from the first 3 mons on screen, first 4 mons on screen, we're bringing Trick Room this week, because my speed matchup is really bad. And yeah, I need to do something about that. So yeah. Yeah, bringing Trick Room is a good option for speed control, so that's what I'm doing. Hoopa Unbound, Hyperspace Fury, Thunder Punch, then Headbutt Trick Room. So we're setting Trick Room itself with max HP, almost, max attack, Brave Nature, and a little bit of Spadef. This obviously can't take a U-turn from the Jirachi or anything. That's not its purpose either. Purpose is getting up Trick Room and punching some holes in his team. Mainly the Suicune, because he can't really bring Sub-Calm Mind Suicune if I have a Hoopa Mount. Just because Hyperspace Fury goes to Sub or Protect. So the Suicune is probably coming, but he needs to be careful around this Hoopa. So dual stab with Sand Headbutt and Hyperspace Fury, and Thunder Punch for the Mandibuzz specifically. I think it with KOs it with a Live Orb, or has a chance to if it's Max Fizz Def. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward there. Get up a Trick Room. It doesn't need to stat Trick Room itself, but if I have an opportunity to do so against maybe the Roserade or something, I can set up Trick Room myself and punch some holes. So yeah, that's the main idea there. Next up are Porygon 2. Trick Room recover Toxic Ice Beam, so mono attacking Ice Beam actually. 244 HP, 252 Spadef, and 12 in special attack, Sassy Nature. So yeah, this is my answer to most of his special threats. Those being mainly the Diancie, maybe he brings the special Jirachi, the Roserade, the Excelgor, the Pyroar. So a good switch into those. Trick Room, of course, to set the Trick Room, recover for some recovery, of course. Toxic to whittle down things like the Suicune, if I get the opportunity to Toxic that, and then Ice Beam to have an attacking move on it, and to hit the Garchomp if necessary, because that thing could be a potential problem. Next up are Swallow, Steel Wing Braver through Sod with Guts and Flame Orb, 140 speed Jolly to guaranteed outspeed the Mega Diancie. 108 HP, 252 in attack, and the rest in some defense and Spadef to flesh out the stats. The only thing this set can't do is touch Jirachi, so I have to get rid of that thing, but between Hoopa and one other of my mons, that shouldn't be too hard, I think, or 2 other mons. So yeah, this could potentially win me the end game if the Jirachi is chipped down, and yeah, and I outspeed basically anything besides Scarfer. So with some chip on everything, this can definitely put in some work. I decided to go with this over a special offensive set because mainly of the Suicune. Yeah, basically because of the Suicune. because a Boom Burst set can't really break to Suicune if it sets up a Calm Mind, so kind of had to go with this set. But yeah, the Steel Wing is there for the Mega Diancie, of course, because it does resist both of my stabs. Yeah, it does. So yeah, that's that. Next up are Gourgeist, Shadow Sneak, Rock Slide, Trick Room, Seed Bomb. Almost max HP, max attack, Brave Nature, with some defense and some speed F to flesh out those stats. This serves two purposes. This is my physical check to guard jump, mainly to the Jirachi. It can set up Trick Room itself. Can't really break through things, but it's a decent answer to the Jirachi. I get up a Trick Room, can hit it with Shadow Sneak, hit the Suicune with a Seed Bomb, Rock Slide the Mandibuzz if necessary. This thing struggles with Roserade though, because Rock Slide isn't really going to do too much to Roserade, unfortunately. But yeah, basically an offensive utility set, let's call it that. Do get a little bit chip here and there, set up the Trick Room, be an all-around annoyance mostly. So yeah, a pretty interesting set, but could put in some work definitely. Next up are Primarina, Specs Primarina, excuse me, with Hydro Bomb, Ice Beam, Energy Bomb, Moonblast, max HP, max special attack, Quiet Nature. So to work on the Trick Room as well. I think this pretty much underspeeds his whole team besides Quagsire, yes. So besides Quagsire, this outspeeds everything in Trick Room, and the Quagsire can't really hit me too hard, unless with an Earthquake. But actually, if he runs a little bit of speed, he underspeeds me. So yeah, punch some holes with Specs Primarina. That's what it does. That's what it does best. So gotta be careful with this thing, but if he does get off a couple of Hydro Pumps, it can really punch holes in his team. So that's pretty good. And then last but not least, our late game sweeper. Besides Swallow, of course, that's also a late game sweeper. But Metagross here with Bullet Punch, Earthquake, Agility, Ice Punch with Ground DMZ. 212 speed, Jolly Nature with 250 max attack and the rest in HP. This EV spread allows me to outspeed a Scarfed Garchomp after an Agility. So that's basically it, and then yeah, kill it with an Ice Punch, of course. No attack boosting here, but if I get some chip on everything, I should be able to just kill everything. So that's the idea after this set, behind this set, I mean. So yeah, if we get it up here, we have to whittle down the Roserade a little bit, and the Mandibuzz. I don't really expect the Pyro or the Excelgor to come. Still Volley depending on the type, but his first 6 months, which I do expect him to bring, it deals it pretty well actually. I think a EQ into a ZEQ kills Suicune guaranteed, and yeah. Ice Punch hits the Roserade, of course, won't OHKO it, but will do like 75%. So if it has some chip prior to it, it'll die. So yeah, that's our team. Really excited to be a part of PTL. So thanks, shout out to D-Train for inviting me. Yeah, I do expect to a little bit to go in with a loss, but we'll see. I will do my best. The match will be post-com, because I don't feel comfortable doing live-com yet, so we'll do post-com, but it is what it is. So yeah, see you guys in the match and see how we did against the Miami Malamarlins and Tone. Alright guys, so we're here with the match against Tone and the Miami Malamarlins. He brings a team of Mandibuzz, Roserade, Garchomp, Jirachi, Suicune, and Diancie, Mega Diancie, of course. So expect a bulky Fizdef Mandibuzz to deal with my Hoopa. A bulky, maybe Spike setting Roserade, an offensive Garchomp, maybe Swords Dance. Scarf Jirachi is what I'm expecting, which would make sense for my Swallow and stuff. Just set up an annoying pressure stalling Suicune as usual, and then an offensive Diancie with maybe Rock Polish or Calm Mind. But nothing too crazy here, but yeah, so my lead here was pretty interesting because I don't really have a designated lead. Maybe if Solo had U-turn, I could have let Swallow, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna lead Primarina. If he leads Mandy, Buzz, or Garchomp, Garchomp is not a good idea. If he leads Mandy, Buzz, I can just get off a big hit. Maybe the Diancie as well. Don't really have a good lead, so I'm just gonna lead off Primarina and maybe get off a big hit here. But I need Jirachi, but so I can click Hydro Pump here, but I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna go gonna swap out and not take too much damage on my Primarina. He might get up rocks here and might U-turn, but not gonna risk my Primarina. So I create in Metagross actually, which is, I mean, I might have expected Thunder Punch or something. So maybe the Gourgeist was a better switch in, but it is what it is. We switch in our Metagross here to just scout what he does. It can't really kill me with anything, so he goes for the U-turn. As he goes into the Mandibuzz, I'm just gonna switch out again. I really don't want to take a foul play with my Metagross because it is a late game cleaner. So as I switch my Porygon 2 here, get the special attack raise, which leads me to believe he is a Fizdef Mandibuzz, and I get the. He just go for the foul play. So good switch there. Don't want to risk anything early game. He goes for Taunt as I want to set up a Trick Room. Or the Toxic, excuse me. I went for Toxic. He goes for a Toxic of his own. I go for an Ice Beam just to scout how much damage it does. It does over half, and I freeze him. Which is very unfortunate for him. This is his best answer to the Hoopa Mount, obviously. And him getting frozen, he has no way to thaw out of it. Maybe something as Heal Bell, maybe the Mega Diancie, but I doubt it. So this sucks. I mean, freeze is a very broken mechanic, unfortunately, in the game. So yeah, this gives me a great opportunity, of course, but it's just very unfortunate, especially just turn 4. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and I'll take it by all means. But it's just annoying. Like, I don't want this to happen to my opponent, so yeah. So I freeze the Mandibuzz, it's frozen now. So he will likely switch out and save this thing to have it tall later on, I guess. So I'm just gonna click off another Ice Beam, he will hopefully take out the Mandibuzz, but he's switching the Jirachi. I get off some damage and I freeze him again. So right here, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, I got 2 10% freezes back to back, which is crazy enough of its own. And I mean, I'm new to this league. I didn't do the draft and anything, so I feel a little bit annoyed because this guy had apparently Stone and apparently made his team like a month ago for this match. He was a bit disappointed that his original opponent dropped out and then he had to wait for me. So yeah. Props for him for that, but it's very unfortunate to do him like this, if you know what I mean. Just yeah, 10% freeze him back to back, and this Jirachi was pretty pivotal to him, assuming it was scarfed. But still, it's just a big threat to my team, and I mean, 2 annoying mons of his are frozen now, so that gives me a lot of breathing room. But yeah, I'm basically rendered 2 of his mons basically useless. But I don't know what people in the chat were saying. Is this Serene Grace with P2 or something? But it's just annoying. I mean, I really don't want this to happen. I'd rather have a clean game. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is the game we play, but it's just very, very annoying for him, especially with the amount of time he put into prep. So yeah, once again, Tone, sorry if you happen to watch this game, but can't really do much about it, unfortunately. So yeah, 2 months frozen. The taunt ends, so I can go. I'm going to Gourgeist here. Fizzy Short Scarf. It stays frozen. Let's go for a Trick Room here, I think. Just to get it up, maybe switching my Hoopa. But he goes into the Roserade. He switches out into Mandibuzz again. I go for a Rock Slide. This is my best thing to hit the whatchamacallit, the Roserade with. I go for another Rock Slide. Once it's just in the Suicune, it just wants to get rid of my Trick Room, which makes sense. Solid to Trick Room. Yeah, so he switches in the Mandibuzz again. It's still frozen, unfortunately. And yeah, it's a 3%. And I'm gonna go for Shadow Sneak and pick up my first kill of PTL this season, or my first ever kill of PTL. It's Rocky Helmet, so it was definitely his main check to the Hoop Unbound, which was, I mean, it made sense watching his team. He's going for a Spike as I go for another Trick Room. I really want to be on the Trick Room because I outspeed everything on his team with most of my mons on the Trick Room. I go for a Shadow Sneak, gauge how much damage it does, but he goes for a Synthesis, pretty smart. But he got up a Spike, so that's going to be pretty annoying. I'm going to Hoopa here because, I mean, the Roserade can't really touch my Hoopa, I think, so he goes for another Spike, which, I mean, it's annoying, but it is what it is. I go for a Hyperspace Fury here, and he switches in the Suicune because, I mean, his Mandibuzz is gone, so it's his best switch into the Hoopa, but those are like 66%, so that and I mean right here, this turn, that's a little bit, I mean, he switches in his Suicune right here. I go for, and right here he can't click Protect, so I just have a free Hyperspace Fury here on something, unless he wants to save his Suicune and go into the Mega Diancie. But yeah, so, but I have one turn of Trick Room left, so I guaranteed get a kill here or chip on the Diancie. So he decides to let the Suicune go, which, I mean, I'll take that because it's a huge threat out of the way. But yeah, so right here he goes into the Garchomp. I have to switch out. I can't take any hit from this thing, so I just go into my Gourgeist again. His Dragonium Z, which, I mean, it makes sense. He goes for an EQ, which has absolutely nothing, even though I'm offensive. I mean, I'm max HP and I resist it, so he goes for Rocks as well. So as I go for another Trick Room, he has a lot of hazards up, but once I get set up with my Metagross or something, that doesn't really matter. He goes into the Roserade, which is, I mean, it's an annoying mon to me, but I go into my Hoopa again, because on this Roserade it's pretty free, I think. He goes for a Sludge Bomb. Thus, yeah, and right here I notice I made a little bit of a mistake, because this Hoopa does not have an uneven amount of HP, which is, I mean, that's a bit stupid on my part, because it could have gotten off another hit. Then again, if he, I think it doesn't have an uneven amount of HP. I'm not sure actually, but I mean, if he got a higher roll, it wouldn't have mattered. But gotta check that when running Life Warp a little bit more. Yeah, so right here I got a free hit. My Hoopa basically dies to his own recoil, so he doesn't even get a kill here. I go for Hyperspace Fury. It does switch in the Diancie, which is smart. I decided I was like, it was a bit of a 50-50, because I could have gone for a Zen Headbutt, but I mean, it wouldn't have even killed the Diancie here. And if he then switched in the Jirachi, which was quite feasible, I would have done no damage. So even though it was still frozen. So yeah, and my Hoopa is gonna go down to the Life Orb recoil. So yeah, but we're still 5-4, and this I see as an opportunity to get in my Metagross for free, because I mean he probably wants to save this thing, if I had to guess. So I can just get a. So this is actually perfect for me. There's only one turn of Trick Room left, and I basically scare him out here. So I get up a free agility, and then once the Trick Room ends, after this turn, I outspeed everything on his team, which is, I mean, that's actually perfect for me. So I'm just gonna for the agility here. If he would have made the Earth Power play there, it would have been genius, but he didn't. Which, I mean, it's a perfectly fine play for him to do, because he doesn't know what I said I am. So go for the Grand Z here to guaranteed KO this Jirachi. Actually, in hindsight, should have not done that and just gone for an EQ, but I was really scared that he would tar something, so should actually have used this Grandium on something else, but you'll see that in a minute. Switching the guard jump here, I should just go for an Ice Punch and easily take it out. Take some Rough Skin recoil, but it is what it is. Rough Skin damage, so we're at 46%. Right here, I just go for an Ice Punch, but actually, if I just went for the regular Earthquake on the Jirachi, which I didn't calculate, but it actually might even have killed. Not sure. I might calculate afterwards. But Ice Punch is probably not gonna kill this Roserade unboosted. And if he has something like HP Fire, HP Ground, something like that, he kills my Metagross here. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world because I can just go into Swallow and finish everything off. But still pretty annoying. So this game is pretty much won, is what I meant to say. But he can't really come back from this anymore. Unfortunately, the only thing that really matters is differential, I'm afraid. So I go for an Ice Punch here. To add insult to injury, I freeze him. Which, I mean, he gets denied another kill, I guess. So he doesn't get a kill because I have Bullet Punch. So, and I outspeed the Roserade. So yeah, I freeze 3 of his mons with a 10% freeze chance. So yeah, that's very unfortunate for him. Once again, my apologies, Stone, if you happen to watch this. But yeah, this was just a stupid amount of luck. I had another game in UBA that day, and it was also extremely lucky. So yeah, it was my lucky day. I guess should have went and joined in the lottery or something. But yeah, I'm gonna take out the Roserade here, and I can just freely Bullet Punch here on the Mega Diancie, as he does Mega Evolve. And yeah, Bullet Punch will take out the Mega Diancie. And yeah, we end off week 1 on a win. A 5-0 win over Tone and the Miami Malamarlins. Yeah, unfortunately, it was a very hex-filled game on my end. So yeah, that's I mean, it left a little bit of a sour taste because I would have probably lost the game if not for all the hacks. Maybe one freeze, alright, but I mean, once the Mandibuzz got frozen, it was so tough for him because he didn't really have a good Hoopa switch in, which is, I mean, then again, you don't have much Hoopa switching in the game, so you can't expect every team to have 2. So yeah, once the Mandibuzz got frozen, couldn't roost up. This game was getting pretty tough for him. Then freezing the Jirachi as well, which could easily revenge kill my Hoopa, of course, with U-turn. So yeah, that was very important. I'm glad the Trick Room did what it was supposed to do. Let my Hoopa outspeed a Steam and punch holes, so that was good. But the freezes on top of it was unfortunate. But yeah, I'm glad I won, but I'm not glad with the way. With the manner in which I won, if that makes sense. So yeah, we want to know. Tone is unfortunately 0-1. I mean, you don't really want to lose like this, but can't really help it either. So yeah, we're 1-0. 5 plus 5 differential is pretty good. Yeah, definitely check our Stone channel in the description down below. Here he'll probably upload this as well. I will definitely check out his perspective of the battle as well. But yeah, next week in the PTL we're taking on the Cleveland Bros. So yeah, definitely look forward to that one. And yeah, see you guys on the next occasion.